All right, guys. Hey, I'm out in the welding shop today. I wanted to show you my welder here. I love this Vulcan 220 OmniPro. This is the best welder you can get from Harbor Freight. It's kind of their top of the line. Usually runs about $940. I had a coupon one time I went in and I got it for $869 plus tax, so around $900. I think the cart here was around $80 or so I picked that up as well. But I wanted to show you this welder. It is a multi-process welder, so you can MIG, TIG, stick, even hook up a spool gun. Just a really, really nice welder. You know, I went to school 20 plus years ago for welding, and we had, the top of the line Millers and Lincolns, and it is amazing how far they have come with these machines. This machine is just smooth as can be on 240, hooking up to your 240 outlet, because 120, you can run this with 120, which I have tried, and it's very weak. I mean, if you're doing something light, you can do it, but definitely runs great with 240. So let me tell you a little bit about this. One thing I do love about this is your plugins. These aren't the cheap plugins. These are the actually good plugins that go right in the machine there. They're not the screw on with the nut. Those are the cheap ones, but it comes with your stick your stick electrode holder and your ground and your MIG gun. Now, I have watched some videos on here, and people have, actually I've only seen two people complain about it on the your electrode holder there. I have had absolutely zero issues with that. I think it's a good electrode. And the other good thing about your ground here, has the copper wire, so both ends are grounded, and each cord is 10 foot, so it's not a huge amount of cord for you, but enough to get the job done. Let me see if you can see down there. It comes with two 2-pound spools, one of flux core and one of regular 0.30 wire, and comes with your plug that you can plug into 120 outlet. And I buy let me open this up here. I buy the 11-pound spools here. They're about $30 or so, and last you quite a bit longer. And I love this feeder here. Works awesome. It has a feeder here too, so when you're putting a new spool on, you just push that and it will feed it through your gun. That's where your MIG hooks into, and your spool gun, if you want to use your spool gun, it would hook in there as well. This is where your foot pedal for your TIG would hook into. And then it has all your settings on here, and I'll go through some of these settings to show you. It does come with some gauges. Now, the gauges that it comes with, as you can see here, just have the dial gauges on them. And this one that I have, I like. I just love these kind of gauges on it. Easier to set your gas when you're welding. So I did change that, but it does come with one. And I'm going to show you some of these settings on it. It comes with a lot of preset settings that are actually pretty neat. So I'm going to show you some of those. So let's turn her on. All right, so let's turn this on. And one of the things, whenever you turn this on and you've been using it before, it's always going to go to whatever setting you had it on. So whatever you were welding before, that when you turn it on, that's what it's going to do. So let's go right back to home, and I'll zoom in here so you can see the screen a little bit better. There. Focus it a little bit, fine-tuned there. So, whenever you're on your main home screen, you're going to see MIG and different kinds of MIG, flux core, stainless, manual, spool gun. Like I said, this does take a spool gun, stick, and then your TIG. So, let me just show you a couple of these settings, how easy this works. So let's say you're going to do just regular MIG. You're just going to weld some steel. You'll just push on that. It will show you your gas you're going to be using. And then you come to this screen. And on this screen, you're going to see what diameter wire you're going to be using. So I have 30 wire in there. And then you can set on this, obviously 30 wire, you're not gonna be able to go super high, but you can go up to like a 1/4 inch, 3/16, 10 gauge, 12, 16, 18. So those are your choices there. So let's say we're gonna weld some 1/4 inch steel. You'll hit that, and then these are your presets. So it's gonna give you 421 inches a minute, 20.6 volts. Then it tells you your settings you have here, 30 wire, 1/4 inch, so on and so forth. But on MIG and flux core, I've noticed the settings are pretty decent. You might have to fine tune them a little bit, which you can right here. This is for your wire speed and this is for your heat or volts. So you can change them, you know, fine tune them as you go. The one that is off quite a bit on a lot of the settings is the stick. So let's go back to home. Well, the other thing I'll show you real quick is if you want to go back to a previous setting, you can go back and just hit the back button. If you want to go back home, you just hit that. So let's go over to stick welding. We'll click on this, no gas required. Now here, if you're using anything in the 60, like 6011, 6010, you're gonna go there, or 7018. I use 7018 mainly. I'm gonna go there, so I'm gonna hit there. And I use 1/8 inch a lot, mainly. And let's say I'm gonna weld some 1/4 inch steel, 1/8 inch stick. Now watch this setting. Output is off, and I'll show you what that means there. So it's at 155 amps, that's way too hot. So, you know, I'd be more like 115, 120. So I'll reset that. You have an on-off. Now, whenever you're with stick, it's always off when you start because, you know, it doesn't, you know, just in case you hit your electrode on the table or something before you're ready, it gives you that safety feature. So all you gotta do is click that and you're on and you're ready to go. And that will stay on until you change a setting, and then it will go back off. So that's pretty easy how you set that up on a stick, and I like this on-off feature. So you just got to remember to turn it on, because many times I'm not used to that. I'll get ready to weld and I'll forget to turn it on. But I want to show you a couple other options on here which are pretty neat. You have what's called a hot start. So you can do you can give yourself a little bit of hot start, and that works really good to get you going on stick. I use that all the time. I'll set it around 7, 8, and it just gives you a nice start. You're not sticking as much, especially if you're using, you know, you get down to half a rod and you want to start out again. You're not sticking as much. It gives you a nice hot start to get going. So it also has what's called arc force, and that just gives you, if you want more of an arc, you know, stronger arc. So if you're not as close as you need to be, you have a little more leeway on how close you are with that welding rod. And so those are pretty neat. It has a recall setting and a save setting, so if you want to save some of your settings. But this is an awesome welder. I love this welder. It is smooth. Now the other thing I liked about it, has a year warranty on it. You can get a 3-year warranty. I did not get the 3-year warranty, but it does have a year warranty on it. And let's shut it off. A couple seconds, we'll shut off. So yeah, I can't, you know, a lot of people complain about Harbor Freight stuff. I'll tell you what, I love this welder. I give it a 100% thumbs up. So if you're looking for a welder, looking for you know, just to have this welder, I actually do tons of work with it. So this is, if you're looking to start a business or something and don't want to get in a lot of debt, grab one of these welders. You can do everything with it. Phenomenal welder. So hope that helped you out. Take care. God bless.